A lot of this has meaning in my life. A lot of it has connection to my life. You know, you base your creativity on real things, but you allow a flight of fancy to take over and you allow them to evolve. My wife's brother is named Geek, which is G-E-K, which I'd never heard of somebody being named after their initials before, because his name was George Edward. So I took that. I like that idea of like, oh, that can get me to Job.
So, this is the magic trick, huh?
Illusion, Michael. Trick is something a whore does for money. Or it can be.
It feels like these characters, you find that left to their own devices, they've all become the worst possible versions of themselves.
Come on!
And I think that that's true with Job, too.
And if I'm gonna be staying here...
Staying here? You've got 3 days.
Hey, if I can't find a horny immigrant by then, I don't deserve to stay here.
We saw thousands of Jobs, and, you know, hilarious people, many that have gone on to great careers, but they weren't right for Job. Our casting director, Deborah Barilski, said, I got somebody. His name's Will Arnett. And he came in and just in an instant, it's like, oh God, this is, you know, now we know it's not a coincidence. He's the funniest man on the planet.
Worst that can happen is I can spill some on my $3,000 suit. Come on! Yeah, the guy in the $4,000 suit is holding the elevator, but the guy doesn't make that in 3 months. Come on! Why don't I just take a whiz through this $5,000 suit? Come on!
Arnett's unique talents at making these unbelievably fast emotional turns. You know, I've never seen anything like it.
Everything all right?
Just don't want people's kids getting their sticky little fingers all over these $2,600 pants.
Oh, yeah, you think they're gonna go right for the pants, do you?
Okay,
Come on.
okay. So should
You know, and it's just because the guy, his facade is an eggshell. I mean, you can just pierce it so easily. He knows exactly what he wants until he realizes he might have no idea what he wants. And that's where I've made a huge mistake comes from.
I've made a huge mistake. I've made a huge mistake.
I've made a huge mistake.
I mean, it was all just kind of that idea of Will, you know, who's just able to handle those turns. Like, this is fantastic. I've made a huge mistake. You know, but better than I just did.
It was always a complex show in that every scene was there for a reason. Every joke, every moment was there to service the story. The stories are so intertwined that you always have to be looking for that through line. From scene to scene, when you're working on a scene, there's been no real sort of ideological change in the way that we approach it. It's just these characters telling this story.